Hello everybody, welcome to VGWAworld. I'm Cobretti.
And I'm Wally.
And come join us today as we play the birthday game.
And either today is my last day on the job, or you may hear me in the next video, or it might be Wanda the AI.
Hello, welcome to VGWAworld. I'm Wanda.
Why would this be your last video, Wally?
Because if this is a non-wrestling game, or a crappy wrestling game, I may as well go work for somebody else who does something I like, that plays wrestling video games.
In today's episode, Wally, we are going to be playing a wrestling video game.
I believe it when I see it.
This wrestling video game was developed and programmed by the same programmer who brought you WWF Raw.
Oh, wait, whoa. I love those games. Those are some of my favorite wrestling games to play. God, that's finally something good. Something that hits the mark, Cobretti.
For the Sega Game Gear and Nintendo Game Boy.
What? That's not the Raw I was thinking about. Oh, crap. Here we go. I'm gonna lose my job. I'm gonna quit. Anyways, roll with it.
So in today's episode, we're going to be playing Bum Body Slam Super Pro Wrestling for the Intellivision.
And this is my last video, everybody. I really appreciate you listening to my antics for all this time. As we all know, the Intellivision was not very good.
You can't judge a book by its gold-plated and wood-grain cover.
Nope, that looks like nicotine.
Wally, at least give this game a try. Let's load it up and give it a play.
Okay, here we go. Whoa, what's going on here? The Intellivision is a marvel beyond all marvels during its time. Look at the pixels. I've never seen such realistic snow in a video game of that era. This is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Wally, shut up. I hate you.
Wait, did the Intellivision release Turok?
Wally, please, just stop.
Wait, it's not just the graphic design. Listen to the audio. It sounds like a snowstorm. This is the coolest game system of its era. Why didn't tons of people buy this and make it the golden gem that it should be?
All right, Wally, I guess I'm gonna have to admit it. The Intellivision might be dead.
Well, this is pretty bad for a birthday gift. So, since your Intellivision died, like they probably all have, I went and got us a $10 copy of the PS2 Intellivision Lives. Except yours is dead. But I got the game for the PS2, and it has Body Slam on it.
Wait, it was only $10?
Yeah, what did you pay for yours?
60.
Huh? What? The audio dipped out there. What was that? Did you say 6?
60. But I got the Intellivision and the video game, plus other video games.
Oh, that's cool. You got a broken console that can't play any of those games that you got. That is exactly what I would expect from you, Cobretti.
Wally, just shut up and let's play the video game.
You know what? I'm changing my mind. This has got to be one of the best birthdays ever. Your misery is just proof that birthdays can be fun, special, exciting, and wonderful. So let's keep digging into your misery.
So it looks like we'll finally get to play Body Slam Super Pro Wrestling for the Intellivision PS2, released in 1988. Produced by Real-Time Associates for INTV Corporation.
The game allows you to select from 12 different characters, which is pretty interesting for this time. The game also allowed you to play 2 players in tag team or in single matches.
With an impressive variety of 26 possible moves, you can choose 4 to 9 of these moves depending on your difficulty whenever you are setting up your wrestler prior to the match.
So this game does allow you to have a wide variety of moves and numerous amount of wrestlers to select from. And customization, which was way before its time with all these new video games like AEW.
For the start of Intellivision Lives, for the PS2, you are in a arcade that is very reminiscent to an old school pizza parlor.
You know, like Showbiz Pizza, or what people call nowadays Chuck E. Cheese.
Or if we wanted to get more views, would it be, oh my god, look, it's FNAF!
Ah! I love this crappy game.
Body Slam Super Pro Wrestling is located in the sports arcade cabinet listed under wrestling. Why they couldn't give it its full name is beyond me.
You know what's great about this so far is the audio. The song is so bitchin'. It's like the Smiths. Man, just pay attention to the lyrics.
From this incision,
And it never stops.
It's going to be interesting how the number pad for the Intellivision is going to convert over into the PS2 controller.
Let's just get that out of the way. It's pretty crappy. The left joystick represents the circular disc pad of the Intellivision controller. While to replace the numbers on the Intellivision controller, you must push the R1 button and the direction on the R stick in order to meet those numbers, which is very confusing because unlike a clock, the numbers are in completely different positions. Instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, you could be 1, 8, 9, 5.
8, 6, 7, 5, 3, 0, 9.
I'm confused. I hope everyone else is. And please leave comments down below so we can hear if you really care for Cobretti singing or not. I vote not.
And I agree with you, Wally. Being able to remap the buttons would have made this gaming experience far better. While the left analog stick does perform the movement well, as it seems natural, the correlation for the number pad was confusing as hell. And this game relies heavily on the number pad.
Hey Cobretti, how about the graphics? You know, the ring girl at the beginning of the match. You know, the one that holds up the sign and winks at you. You know, how shallow you are. You love this. Yep, I already see it. You're ranking this as number 1 on the list.
Damn it, Wally. How shallow do you think I am?
Some things are left best unknown. Graphics are improved, especially since the Intellivision is snow. You can actually see the characters. The colors pop. The pixels are small and blocky, but it does brighten up the screen and you are able to see the characters and the numbers on the ring.
This game does feature a great graphical improvement over the video games such as Title Match Pro Wrestling that's on equivalent hardware. But remember, this game was released in 1988 and the NES was in full swing. And the NES graphics of any wrestling game totally blow this video game away.
Yeah, the graphics are great for the Intellivision, but you can tell a generational leap between the NES and the Intellivision.
But sound and graphics, that doesn't mean anything as long as the game has good gameplay.
And it doesn't. Unfortunately, due to the poor controls because you're not able to map, the gameplay is slow, clunky. You don't really know when you lock up. It's not very fun on the PlayStation 2.
And then you have the person that you're playing against spamming the same bullshit moves over and over again. Rainbow punch, bazooka punch, another bazooka punch. Cheating bastard.
Well, what do you expect? I like Mortal Kombat. Get him in the corner, foot sweep. Get him in the corner, foot sweep.
And Body Slam Super Pro Wrestling harkens back to the golden era of wrestling, where you're not subject to just one match, it is the best of 3 falls.
Hey, that reminds me of our other gift that you got us. What was that wrestling video we watched? It had 3 falls.
The Houston Wrestling Spectacular. Dun, 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 dun.
You know, I'm starting to say this birthday thing is pretty crappy, but the greatest thing about that video was 1.5 times speed. Hallelujah for technology. The best of 3 counts does work better in wrestling video games.
And so on that disappointment, hey Wally, guess what?
What?
Intellivision does indeed live.
Oh, great! I'm so excited. we're going to play the same game on a primitive console.
Why, yes. Yes, we are.
Bring on the snow!
After a deep clean and a little bit of work, we've managed to get a little bit of a picture from the Intellivision itself.
Yeah, you can actually see the She-Hulk whenever she's ready to start the match. And wow, the snow particles are still there. Man, the greatest graphic technology of the time. It's not a blizzard, but it's a light snowfall. Heavy snowfall.
So while the graphics and audio design were much improved in the PS2 version,
And I missed the song.
the controls and gameplay are a lot better when you're playing with the authentic Intellivision controller.
I'll be honest, I was a little miffed. I didn't think it was going to work very well. But once we started playing, I was impressed. Mashing the button, or the numbering, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it was actually fun, and it was intelligent.
And Wally, what was that? Did I hear you say this game was fun?
I did. This was actually a very fun couch co-op game. I know we say couch co-op, but when we played this game, we played it as couch co-op, and it was a lot of fun. I'll be honest, I didn't have a lot of hope for the snow. I had a lot of disappointment within the graphics and Cobretti, but the fun factor was there.
It's now time to rate this game. What do you give Body Slam Super Pro Wrestling for the Intellivision?
I'm glad we're talking about the Intellivision version rather than the PS2. Because the Intellivision version, I'll give a meh.
And Wally, I'm going to have to disagree with you. I'm going to give it an okay. Yes, while the graphics and the sound were a little bit lackluster, the game did feature some outstanding gameplay.
And you paid $60.
And I paid $60, and damn it, I'm going to say it's worth it. Because paying $60 for an Intellivision and Body Slam Super Pro Wrestling is a much better investment than buying AEW Fight Forever for the Switch. Ha ha ha. And now it's time to bring up the WrestleRank list. Where does this game rank across the other video games that we have played? And I think we both agree that this game belongs below the Kinnikuman Kuman line.
If Kinnikuman had snow, it would probably be right beside it. But unfortunately, the snow effects within the game really draw and hold it back. And thanks for being a cheapskate, Cobretti, for getting a television that just didn't work. Should have fixed them particles. Yet for me, I'm saying it goes above Battle Royal. Battle Royal is not a wrestling game, Cobretti. I'm telling you, it's not a wrestling game. This game performs wrestling moves. This game even allows you to select your wrestling moves. So, I think, even though the graphics are poor, even though you have snow, I think the game is ahead of Battle Royal, below WWF WrestleMania.
And Wally, I'm going to disagree with you.
No surprise.
And as much as it's going to pain me to say it, you are correct. This is a wrestling game. And not only that, it's more of a wrestling game than WWF WrestleMania. Sure, WWF WrestleMania had slightly better graphics, but let's be honest. The graphics, even for the Nintendo Entertainment System, kinda sucked. And the gameplay for WWF WrestleMania was absolutely horrible.
But you had butt crack.
Yes, you do. And a really, really old Hulk Hogan.
Well, you know what? I think for once, Cobretti, I'm going to go on your side. Let's put it above WWF WrestleMania for the NES.
So hopefully, I think we're both in agreement. This is where Body Slam Super Pro Wrestling needs to be placed. Just below Pro Wrestling for the Master System, and above WWF WrestleMania for the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Well, now that we got that out of the way, Cobretti, what are we doing next?
On next episode of WrestleRank, we're finally going to get through and review Cutie Suzuki No Ringside Angel for the Sega Mega Drive.